The next clash. The host, Indonesia, versus their next door neighbors, Singapore. This should be a big game. Both teams coming off good wins in their first round games. Indonesia in their famous red and white against the Singapore in their black and red. Indonesia to kick off from right to left of your screen. The captain of Indonesia, Nanda, to get us underway. Both teams coming off good wins. Should be a very, very entertaining match. And we're off. Nanda with a nice high kickoff. Singapore well drilled there with that take, with a lift. Indonesia offside, Singapore with a quick tap. Indonesia on the back foot. Singapore then on the halfway line. Middle of the field. Indonesia with good defense so far. Singapore now on the attack. Number 10 for Singapore there, Nicholas Yao. Nicholas Yao still with the ball, but that's a great tackle from Indonesia's Aryo Bimo. Singapore still with the ball, letting it bounce. Number 13, Andreas for Singapore. Indonesia win the ball with Andika. Andika stealing the ball from Singapore. Aryo Bimo there for Indonesia, acting scrum half. Buldan now to their captain. Indonesia now spreading it out wide. What can they do? He takes them on. Nanda takes them on with a great run. Good defense there from Singapore. Singapore offside. That's a great run there from the captain of Indonesia, Nanda Septian. Nanda to resume play. Indonesia attacking a tap and run. Buldan now with the ball. Indonesia using the width of the pitch, spreading it out wide, coming back in. Popping up the pass, who's that going to? It's gone to Singapore. Singapore now on the attack. That will be a penalty and a yellow card for an intentional knock-on from the captain. Singapore will have the advantage here with a one-man difference. Singapore then 40 meters out from Indonesia's try line, spreading it out to Andreas. Andreas showing the ball. Last-ditch effort there of defense from Indonesia is no good. And it's number 13 from Singapore, Sean Andreas. It's been a tight first 3 or 4 minutes here in this battle of Singapore and Indonesia. First blood goes to Singapore, number 13, Sean Andreas. Teng now for the conversion. And he is successful. Singapore up 7-0 with a good try from Sean Andreas, taking on the defense and running away with the first try of the game. Singapore get us underway again, and they almost regain the ball, but it will be a knock-on and a scrum feed for Indonesia. Indonesia with the feed. 25 meters out from their own line. Indonesia win the feed with Buldan. Buldan to Andre. Andre to Daniel. It's a penalty to Singapore. Indonesia not releasing the ball. Singapore back on the attack. Singapore gives it again to Andreas, but that's good defense from Indonesia. Good defense from Andre, trying to clean out. Singapore do have the overlap with one man down, Indonesia. And that's knock on from Singapore. Good last ditch defense there from Andika. Good defense there. That's been deemed a try there by the looks of it. That conversion is not successful from Singapore. So number 12 tried to Eric Bryant there, given by the assistant referee and the referee. 12-0 now to Singapore, and that kick went backwards rather than forwards. Quite uncharacteristically from Singapore. Now Indonesia get a chance with the ball. Let's see what they can do. They're back to 7 men on the paddock. Buldan to Daniel, to Aryo Bimo. Aryo Bimo with a good strong run. Gets the ball away to Andika. Andika will set it up now for the Rhinos. Daniel now with a nice hit up there. Indonesia, pick and go. Singapore have come up with the ball. Yes, Indonesia have stolen the ball back from Singapore. A little chip and chase from the captain, but Singapore have regained the ball. Now Bryant, the try scorer, stuck in his own 22. Singapore deep in their own 22, now throwing the ball out wide. A big dummy there. He sold it, they bought it, and this will be a try to Singapore. To number 7, Chong Yao Tang, under the post for Singapore. That's a good team try from Singapore. From deep in their own half. He threw the dummy. He sold the dummy. Indonesia bought the dummy. Now Singapore are about to convert. Let's see if Teng can convert his own try. And he does. Conversion successful. Look at that step from Teng. And the dummy. The show and go. Beautiful to watch, especially in Sevens rugby, as you're seeing right here at the Asia Rugby Sevens Trophy 2022. And it's half time now here between Indonesia and Singapore. Singapore leading 19-0 over Indonesia. Coming up next in the men's pool division, we have Mongolia versus Kazakhstan. And we're ready for the second half. Singapore to kick off. Running from right to left of your screen. And we're off. Singapore to kick off. A nice high, deep kick there from Singapore. Batted back from Indonesia. Indonesia to start from their 22. This is Andre. This is Andre. Oh, it's been intercepted by Singapore. That's Sean Andreas. Sean Andreas to the line. Try time for Singapore. Sean Andreas with his 4th try for the competition. With a nice intercept there. That was a good run from Indonesia, from Andre. But Sean from Singapore, out of nowhere to intercept. And that conversion was successful from Teng. The score now is out to Singapore 38, Indonesia 0. Once again, that intercept try from Sean Andres. Another high kick there from Singapore, and they win it, but they lose the ball forward. Advantage to Indonesia. This is Christopher Bangya for Indonesia. The ball went back, says the referee. Indonesia needs to clean out cleanly. Aryo Bimo with a big run. Big run from Aryo Bimo. Penalty to Singapore, over the top from Indonesia. Singapore now on the attack, up to the 40 line of Indonesia. Now throwing it out wide, Indonesia. That strong defense from the Rhinos. Aryo Bimo, good tackle. Setting up again is Singapore. 40 meters out. A big step there from the big number 8 of Singapore, Mike Oliver. And Mike Oliver is in under the post. Good hands and good footwork there from Singapore. Sees them running away with this game. Singapore now 31, Indonesia 0. Conversion from Tang is successful. Singapore now 33, Indonesia 0. That big step there from Oliver. Fooled everyone.
It's okay. Good tackle, it's okay. Yeah? Ayo lagi, bisa.
Some supporters there on the far side cheering for Indonesia. Local supporters, great to see. Great to see the game of rugby slowly being known by the general public here in Indonesia. That was a nice high kick again, a high restart from Singapore. They do win the ball back right on the halfway line, right in front of the commentary box. Penalty to Indonesia. High contact there from Singapore. Can Indonesia put a try on, put some points on the board? 3 minutes to go. Another high shot there. And Indonesia have taken the quick tap and go. They're on the halfway line, using the ball. Now they straighten up, Indonesia. It's Andika with the ball now. With a knock on. Will be a scrum with a feed to Singapore. Knock on by Indonesia, so the feed will go to Singapore. Free kick to Singapore, they take it quickly. Number 14 down the touchline, back on the inside. Singapore, 10 meters out, that's a great cover tackle from Indonesia. Singapore spread it out to the right. They have the overlap, and once again, Singapore are in through Adam Vine. Singapore have taken the lead, now out to 38-0 for Singapore, with a kick to come. That's a great kick, it's successful. The score is now Singapore 40, Indonesia 0.
Jangan mengakhir tanpa perlawanan. Ayo. Semangat. Semangat.
Ready for the restart from Singapore. And that will not go 10, so Indonesia will get the ball back for probably what could be the last chance for Indonesia to put some points on the board here. It's their number 1 for Indonesia, Laudio, with a good run. Pangya sees a gap, taking the ball onto the line. It's to their captain Nanda. Nanda back to, who's that to? Aryo Bimo is there, cleaning up for Indonesia. So is Munazar. Munzahar. Indonesia then still with the ball. Penalty, quick tap by Pangya, Christopher. Great ball on the outside. That's another high shot by Singapore. And they're being called out. We could see a yellow card. Yes, we do. For that high shot. This could be the last chance for Indonesia again. They spread the ball. It's the captain, Nanda. Nanda goes away. In for a try for Indonesia. Number 12, Captain Nanda Septian. So Indonesia gets to put some points on the board. And he converts his own try. And that's the end of the game. Final score, Singapore 40, Indonesia 7. And up next, we have Mongolia versus Kazakhstan. Don't go away.
Thanks for telling me where number 8 was.
Number 8 out. Okay? Head injury out. Number 8. So you need to medically replace just if you want to bring someone in, let me know. There's a form you have to fill in. There are signature. You all good, okay? Okay. But he cannot play again.